Hey guys, it's Shay of Black Queen Photography. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. For today's video, I want to share 5 things I want beginner photographers to know. Thing number 1, make sure you're mastering the basics. Now I know it's easy to get wrapped up in all the shiny things that come with photography. Strobe lights, gels, prisms, Photoshop, all that good stuff. And yes, those things are very cool and can definitely take your photos to the next level. However, you need to master the basics before diving into all those extras. The basics are things like the exposure triangle and the rules of composition. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about or what I mean by exposure triangle, check out the video in the card above. Now, once you understand and know how to utilize the basics, you can add all the extras to help your photos pop even more. Thing number 2, you don't need the latest and greatest camera gear to create amazing photos. So if you're like me when I was starting out, I was always on YouTube looking at all the latest and greatest camera gear that was coming out. You know, I would think to myself, oh, if I only had this super new camera item that just came out, then my photos would be amazing. Or, oh, if I spent, a bazillion dollars on this new lens, my images are gonna be so much better. Now, as I developed my skills and actually switched camera ecosystems, I realized that I didn't have to have the newest, most expensive gear in order for my images to improve. There is so much more to creating great images, and very little of it has to do with the actual camera gear. Thing number 3, watch the horizon when taking portraits. So I struggled with this for a long time, and to be honest, I still struggle with it sometimes. You want to make sure that the horizon is not cutting through the head or the neck of your subject. To a person with an untrained eye, I don't think it really matters that much to them. However, as you progress in skills and learn more about composition, you will start to see how the horizon going through a subject's head just kind of takes away from the photo. Tip number 4, shoot as much as possible as a beginner. So take all the photos. Spend at least 30 minutes a day taking photos. Even if, after all those photos you take, there aren't any good ones that you like, the practice will help you improve overall. John Kaufman says it takes about 20 hours of deliberate practice to become sufficient at a skill. And that's what photography is, a skill. Dr. Kate Anders Erickson found that it takes about 10,000 hours of practice to become a master of a skill. So I say all that to say you have to practice if you want to improve on your photography. Like I said, no matter how much amazing gear or expensive gear you buy, it won't necessarily improve your photography, but taking the time to practice will. Tip number 5, critique and get critiques on your images. So this is kind of piggybacking off tip number 4, but make sure you're also spending time critiquing and having your images critiqued. When you're looking at your images, look at the exposure. Is the image exposed how you want it? I'm not talking about, perfect exposure, but exposure that conveys the mood that you wanted in your photo. Check the focus. Is your subject in focus? Is the background in focus? Did you want the background to be in focus? How's your composition? Is the horizon, going through your subject's head? Are you following the rules of third, or did you purposely avoid it? The big thing to think about when critiquing your own images is, does your image look how you want it to? And if not, why? And if so, was it on purpose? Now, finding others to critique your images can be a bit more difficult. You want to make sure that you're getting critiques from a photographer that you trust. Like, if you think their work is trash, why would you want them to critique your photos? Now, you can post in photographer Facebook groups, but you better make sure you have some thick skin. Those groups can be brutal when it comes to giving critiques to others, but they can also provide a wealth of knowledge, so don't be afraid to post. Photography can be a blast, but it can also be a lot of hard work. Take it a day at a time, and with consistency, your photography will improve. If you have any other questions about photography, or if there's some topics you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. If you found this video useful, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to receive notifications of when I post new videos. And as always, until next time, peace.